The most embarrassing Shark Tank pitches ever. Shark Tank is one of the biggest and oldest reality shows on television. It is immensely popular among the audience, and they love watching bubbling entrepreneurs pitch their businesses to the sharks and anticipating whether or not it'll capture the shark's attention. Unfortunately, while some Shark Tank pitches went on to become extremely successful in the market, there were also some really embarrassing pitches on the show that we can never forget. This is why we've brought together some of Shark Tank's worst pitches in this video, so watch it till the end to find out about them. Season 6, Vest Packs. Michael Woolley and Arthur Greyer went to Shark Tank to secure funding of $50,000 for their business, a children's backpack substitute company named Vest Packs. They were offering a stake of 10% in their company in exchange for the funding, but the only good thing about their pitch was the cute kids modeling for their product. The product was invented by Michael Woolley's daughter when she was only 12 years old. Michael saw the potential in the product and thought it could be the next big thing in the market, so he made a licensing deal with Arthur Greyer in 2013 and landed the product in around 75 Walmart stores. The product sales reached $10,000 annually, particularly because it was in Walmart, but the judges got hooked by Michael's daughter's story, so they asked the duo to keep talking. Apparently, she even came first in an entrepreneurship competition and got invited to the popular talk show hosted by Oprah Winfrey. But the catch about all this was that it happened years ago, in 2003, and by the time the duo came to pitch the company on the Shark Tank, Michael's daughter was 27 years old. When the investors found out, they burst out laughing. I don't blame them. Season 6, Bedrider. Season 6 of Shark Tank had a lot of embarrassing pitches, so here's one of them. George Conway, who handled the marketing of Bedrider, presented the company to the sharks. The company made safety seats for pickup trucks, and he was asking for funding of $200,000 in exchange for a 15% stake in the company. George Conway was a decent salesman, and he presented his pitch on the show funnily. But only a great pitch is not enough to get the business going. When the sharks asked George important questions regarding the product, his answers made the sharks sure about not investing their money in his business. For instance, when one of the sharks, Lori Greiner, inquired if the product had undergone crash testing, he replied yes, it had. George had checked it himself by accident. As a viewer, the second-hand embarrassment was real for me. Season 5, Chimera. Inventing and entrepreneurship are two very different things. Just because someone invented something cool doesn't mean they will be good at making a successful business out of it or even marketing it. The same thing happened with Jason Woods, who started an electric board company called Chimera. He came onto the show and pitched his business to the sharks for funding of $250,000 and offered in exchange of 20% in his company. The investors initially liked the idea, so they asked Jason to present a sales and business pitch. But that's when the trouble kicked in. James kept talking about his company and products for too long and wasn't presenting any statistics or numbers, which made the sharks skeptical about Jason Wood's business plan. But it turns out that in the last 10 years, Jason had spent $130,000 of his own capital in his business and had only been able to develop a prototype. If you are thinking, well, at least he might have some customers. But no, there were no customers or even a patent on his product yet. So, after Jason Woods was finally done pitching his product on the show, the sharks told him he was full of shit and even called it one of the worst pitches as expected. Season 3, Cougar Energy. If you think the name is embarrassing, wait till you hear about the pitch. Ryan Custer went on the 3rd season of Shark Tank and pitched his company, Cougar Energy, to the sharks. His company was based on making energy drinks particularly for middle-aged women who wanted to date younger men, much like the owner himself. He was offering a stake of 30% in his company and wanted funding of $150,000 to grow his business. The sharks were not too interested in the concept to begin with, and the audience had similar views too. But the company's sales in the last 3 years proved that customers in the market also weren't so pleased with the product. The company earned only $60,000 in sales over 3 years. If only the product was as good as cocky the owner of the company was, maybe the sharks would have been interested in investing their money in Ryan Custer's business. This is all for today, but for more such content about Shark Tank, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned.